So it says you're in college and you want to put $1,000 in the bank, and you have three options. So Yucatan Bank is the first one. And we want to find in part A formulas to represent the amount of money you have after T years. So I'm going to start with just putting Y for Yucatan. And it says Yucatan 2% compounded monthly. So monthly means this is discrete compounding. I need to use this formula. So YT is going to be equal to the principal. Let's write the formula down first. R over N to the NT power. Let's plug in what we know. Well, YT, whatever money I have, principal is 1,000. I start with $1,000 times 1 plus R. There's a 2% interest rate. Got to write that as a decimal, 0.02. N in this case will be, well, it's monthly, so 12. Raise it to the 12t power, to the 12 times t. Center? So like mathematically, it just represents the amount of money that you started with. So you're gonna, in next semester, we'll kind of like talk more about like how did they derive this formula. But basically, the 1,000 gets multiplied by the 1, and that just represents the amount of money you start with, and then you add on everything after that. Michelle? Okay. So now let's go to the Bank Juarez. Okay, this is compounding continuously, so I know it's going to be this formula. Let me write the formula down. P e to the RT, and let's plug in what we know. Again, the principal is I'm starting with $1,000. E is just E, a number, 2.71. R is the interest rate. It says it's 1.8, so 0.018 times T. And now the last one we need to do is Cancun. And it says C of T. And it says it's compounded continuously, so I know I'm going to use this equation. But we need to memorize the equations for next Tuesday. So this is the equation I'm going to use. But what all do I know? Well, I know the principal is still 1,000. E to the R. I don't know what the interest rate is. He doesn't tell me that. But I do know that there's going to be a T up here. But there is a way I can find the interest from the information they give me. They tell me that the bank offers compounding continuously that increases the money by 50% in 24 years. So I know that the money that I have in my bank is 50% higher than what I started after 24 years. So I don't know R, but I do know this. 50% higher than where I started in 24 years. So I plug in 24 for T. 1,000 is what I started with. And in 24 years, I must have 1,500. 50% more than where I started. And now I can just solve this equation for R. And this is like Wednesday's homework assignment. Or the homework assignment that was due on Wednesday. Divide both sides by 1,000. So 1,500. If you can do this on your own, go ahead and do it. And I'll do it up here so you can check the steps. And so here is what I have. And again, if you're still working, keep on going. But if you're done, you can look up. And questions? Matthew, go ahead and ask questions.
So, on the second step, did you move 24 to
Yeah, 24R.
Okay.
Yeah, 24R. Yeah. Michelle? Can't hear you.
On the last step, you use calculator?
Yeah, it's got, yeah, straight on the calculator. Viene? 1,500. I said I started with 1,000, and in 24 years, it's 50% more. So 50% more than 1,000 means $500 more. 1,500.
The 0 or 6?
0.0169.
Oh.
0.0169. Questions on how we got this? Those who are good, let's do B. B says graph these three. So I got my three equations, 1, 2, and 3. It says graph the three of those to see which one gives us the most money. I hope some individuals can already eliminate one bank. One bank is clearly not going to be as good. Very clearly, one bank is out. Daniel, which bank? Hmm?
The water,
Why is that?
because it has a low interest rate.
Really? Fernando?
The Cancun,
Why is that?
because it's lower than the one in Juarez.
Right, see, if you compare Cancun and Juarez, Cancun has 0.0169, this is 0.018. Everything else is the same. This cannot be better than Juarez. So this is out. So you really just need to graph Juarez and Yucatan and see which one rises faster. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that on our graphs. Lucy, you want to pause the video? Let's start.